Beep, 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 beep. Welcome back to the court of the EDI Jester. And how are we? Good peeps. What's going on, eh? What's going on? Bank holiday weekend. Yes. Okay. I got two things for you today. Two. One you've got to watch, right? So do that first. If you look below me, all right. If you look below me, you have to look hard, right? There's a thing that says more. Click on more, and you'll see a link to a post on the Instagrams, right? Which is just pure gold. Okay, so pause me. Wait for it. You ready for it? Pause me. Go and watch that link. Okay, pause me in 3, 2, 1. And you're back. Isn't it glorious? Isn't it just glorious? That is a true indication of what will happen to schools. That is absolutely a video that highlights exactly what equity means in terms of what it's going to do to children. The pushback needs to be huge on this. It needs to be huge on this because Stonewall, LGBT consortium, all of the clowns that were involved in any of this, they all want this. There's university wallers that want it, who sit there with their 2 homes, you know. They've got their big house and their Land Rover and their 4 kids. University bit, you know. Oh gosh, you know, our little cottage in Wales as well. But we must have equity. Why is it they've always got things like that? Why is it? The people that call for it have always got plenty. It's just very strange to me. But I mean, I'm not about the politics of envy at all. If people have got stuff good, well done for them, working hard. Now they want to make it so that nobody else is going to get it by introducing equity. Then that makes you something wicked, doesn't it? And you know it as well as I do. Which brings me nicely on to the second piece, which isn't related at all, really, except in that LGBT Alliance has been a constant thorn in the side of this type of behaviour by the LGBT consortium of the people, and because they're a thorn in the side of bringing reality to the fore, it upsets the likes of the nutters at Stonewall and the LGBT consortium. And I came across this because I'd not seen it before, because it was from some time ago now, but it was good to see that LGBT Alliance will go from strength to strength, and a really powerful message about one attempt by the gender lobby to close down LGBT Alliance. So I've got this for you as well, which is also in the Dubris. So if you can buy me a coffee too, please. LGBT Alliance is still celebrating our recent victory. This is from Bev Jackson in July. Our legal battle with trans youth charity Mermaids came to an end last week when the case against us was dismissed. This was an important triumph over the gender lobby, but the journey here was far from easy. Bear in mind, Mermaids, LGBT Consortium, LGBT Foundation, Pride, all that lot, all that bunch of mad left nutters, all of them are equity pushers. Okay? But equity has to be enforced at the barrel of a gun. You know, people don't give up stuff, do they? You know? They don't give up stuff. So it's good to revisit this thing from Bev, because it makes me realise how important their victory was in not being shut down by this bunch of blowhards. Equity has to be enforced. I've got something. They want to equalise it. So they'll take off me. They'll say to me, well, you've got 8 cows and that person's only got 2. Give them some of your cows. And give that person some of your cows. No thanks, I'd rather keep my cows. I don't think you heard us. Give them the cows. I don't think you... Load of bull. Right, so... no, I'd rather not. I'll keep my cows, thanks. Give us the cows, we're going to kill you. Equity is murderous. Equity kills. Right, so... every win against this bunch of numpties is a win against equity. Why does that link to LGBT Alliance? Why does that video have any relevance to the article by Bev that was put up some time ago, in June, I believe? July, sorry. Because the court case against LGBT Alliance, which was in order to remove their charitable status from them, is an example of the attempts to inculcate, to bring into play cultural equity based on belief, based on thought. Everybody must think the same in order to achieve the utopia. So when we watch that really good video, when I grow up, I had to watch it twice. Mate sent it to me. Little fella, who's away currently. But he's coming back soon. And if he's watching this, he'll notice there's a new projector up. Are you watching, kid? Right? So, same thing. It's the same thing. That's what it is, the same thing. It's all about equity. We must have everybody thinking the same. We cannot have anybody that goes against the narrative that we, the LGBT Consortium, LGBT Foundation, Mermaids, and all the, all their crappy hang-ons, allies. Everybody must think the same. That's how the two linked. That's why they're linked. From the very first day we were founded, LGBT Alliance has been called every name under the sun for defending the rights of gays, lesbians and bisexual people. We were branded a cis-het, right-wing driven group of cranks. They think differently to us. We can't have that. It will not be tolerated in our utopia. We were apparently no different from the KKK. Above all, we were supposedly a hate group. SNP MP John Nicholson even called us sinister. We got used to the name calling. Then in 2021, we found ourselves under a concerted legal assault. In the vanguard of this attack were Mermaids and the LGBT Consortium, a gathering of 500 LGBT organisations. Stonewall, the UK's largest LGBT group, also initially took part, but later withdrew. The legal action was whipped up and sponsored by tax lawyer Jordan Mom, who runs the so-called Good Law Project. That's the fox killer, isn't it? That's the kimono-wearing fox killer who can't win a case. Together they mounted a legal challenge to the Charity Commission in an attempt to have LGBT Alliance charitable status revoked. Anybody who watched, or certainly read, not watched, but read, the court case from Tribunal Tweets, who again are working hard this week with a case with the Greens, with Tribunal Tweets, will know that there were moments of absolute hilarity in that case and moments of utter horror in that case. Reducing, somebody to tears in order to have to, because they have to define what a lesbian is. But you can't get away from the fact that no matter which way you cut it, that first video you saw and this, go and read the article, and this are the same. Okay? It's just equity at a different level. So the first video is about equity in terms of the economy and outcomes for work and all that type of stuff. It's about making sure that people are promoted because they're a certain class of person in a certain position in the intersectional framework and all the crap that comes with it, intersectionality, that nonsense, right? So that, first off, right? The other one, LGBT Alliance, is about equity of thought, but they are the same thing. We will achieve a level of sameness. We will squash the ups and downs of the roller coaster of life, and we will achieve the equity of sameness. The individual doesn't matter. It is all about state power. That's equity. And it always comes at the end of the barrel of a gun. And I think if we vote Labour, we're going to find out what that's like. Because once you give these people an inch, they will take a mile. The government needs to act, and it needs to do so swiftly. But will it? That's the question, will it? Get these equity wallers out. Start firing them. Get them out. Get rid of your HR. All the stuff that we need to do to make sure that we have safety of equality of opportunity. So that those young people in that marvellous video don't actually grow up in that world which we are currently at a rate not constructing. And certainly constructing quickly in Wales and in Scotland. Go well. See you later.